Okay, so 3 support mistakes that is ruining your game. When I started doing what I'm about to teach you, my rank skyrocketed. I'm not like talking shit here. I'm like talking full on seriously. I went from diamond to top 500 by using this shit. Let me first start with the most obvious and like the most important one, and that is positioning. Like, I don't understand why so many sport players thinks it's okay to stand in the same spot on the whole game just because they are in the backline. They think, oh, these things with rotating and shit, they don't apply to me. No, you need to be moving. Okay, I'm gonna explain it in a term that maybe you can understand. Okay, so like in real warfare, right? When you fire an artillery at an enemy position, right? You fire, okay, you have to move because now the enemy with their artillery knows where you shot from. So now these people have to move so they don't get hit by the artillery. The same thing can be applied in the video games. When you're standing behind there and you're healing, the enemy can see you, right? The enemy can see, oh, he's healing there. He's always standing there. Like there was this one clip I saw from a silver player. He was constantly standing on the high ground the whole match, and then eventually his team died, and they lost the game. But the problem was he was still standing there all the game. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what. Like he didn't switch position. He only switched position when his whole team was dead. Now, what makes this even more problematic is not just that you're easy to kill. It's also problematic because you can't put out enough pressure from there. Okay, so when you're just standing in the same position all the time, the enemy gets used to you, right? They're like, okay, wait, the bad guy, he's standing on the high ground there. Let's just play this corner. Oh, he doesn't even switch position. Hey, let's just play this corner and we are out of his line of sight and we can deal with his team and then go kill him. But if you constantly switch positions, you are not as easy as to kill, right? They will be like, oh, where did you go? And you can apply pressure by maybe taking an off angle, right? An angle from the side. You can shoot at their back line, helping your team by indirectly healing them, and not only shooting at the tank, as I see most support players do, because they are standing in the front. And all this comes back to positioning. They're just standing behind their tank, can only shoot their tank, and are like, well, we lost. Wasn't much I could have done. I healed. Man, I have like 20k healing. Like, what? Yeah, because you just stood and healed your tank your whole game. You're not doing shit, actually. Enough ranting about that. Let's go over to the other thing. That is not using your abilities, your cooldowns. A lot of people I see, they don't use their cooldowns, okay? Okay, for example, BAP. Maybe you can't use your BAP field all the time, but what I'm about to say is you should use skill shots and cooldowns all the time. Like, for example, Moira Orb, Ana Sleep, Ana Biotic Grenade, you should use Kirikou Kitsune and shit. I mean, you should use Kirikou Suits and shit, because what you should be doing with Kirikou is deal damage and make the enemy focus on you and use your Suzu. And like with Lucio, you get it, you use your abilities, like Boop, his amp up, use them, use them, use them. And the same thing, you know what? I take it back. The same thing can be said with BAP, because with BAP, if you take duels and shit, you will have to use your abilities. The reason why it is so powerful is because not only you're practicing hitting those skill shots, right? For example, with Ana, you constantly try to hit the shots, you get better with it. The same thing can go with Susu. You know when to time it more perfectly. Like with Moira Orb, you know how to bounce it more. You know how to fade better. But it's also that if you need to use those abilities, you are probably in a place where you're putting out pressure. Like, for example, let's say take BAP example. What if you took the off angle, maybe went a bit closer to the enemy team, and you get a really good angle on the enemy team, like the backline, and you start shooting, and they start shooting at you, but you throw down your immortality, you use your heal, but you get a kill. When they all are looking at you, you're sure you're using your resources, but you're gaining attention, putting out pressure. Then it doesn't matter if you don't have an immortality field for when your tank gets low, because they will not get low, because you will defeat the enemy team before they get your tank low, simply put it. And as I said, mechanical skills, Ana, a lot of Ana plays, oh, I need to wait with it for the Genji, but you don't need to sleep for the Genji if you sleep, say, their Genji before he even jumps in, or you sleep another DPS and your team just kills him, then they have to back off. It's such a reactive mindset, right? A very reactive mindset to constantly think you need to react to everything. Be the proactive, be the one that sleeps and be the one that antenates them, right? A lot of people use the antenate as something defensively, oh, we're getting low, throw it in the ground. Bro, if the whole team is antenated, they will either have to use Susu or they will have to back off because they will get slain, or your team just engage them. And for example, another example I can give you is Moira. Your fade, you could say, oh, you should have it when you need to get away from places. Yeah, so let's say instead I go into the enemy team and put pressure on them, and I be very aggressive in a very aggressive angle, and as soon as I take damage, I can fade out. and I constantly shoot out my orb because what? Oh, I need to save my orb to heal my whole team. Yeah, and you don't need that because if you're sending a damage orb all the time that is doing damage on their backline, so they need to back up and they can't heal their tank that is diving in, you're indirectly healing your team. So use your abilities more, okay? Now, the last mistakes I will say here is switching to a support they ask for, okay? What do I mean by this? Well, it's so extremely common, especially in tank role and support role, is that people will ask you, can I go this? Can I go this? Can I go that? Can you blah, blah, blah? Just say no, okay? Or just ignore them. I don't think it is actually good for you to be switching. Like, for example, I play Moira a lot, and people say like, "Oh, Moira, can you go Ana?" Sure, I could go Ana, but can I play Ana at the level I am at right now, like into 500? No, my Ana is closer to Diamond rank, so I'll probably get less out of this top 500 match by playing Ana because I don't know how to play Ana in this level. Because would that actually be better? Would it actually be better for me to switch to Ana? We will lose either way. But people have this mindset that oh, if you switch, we will win because in this comp this is better. No, if you're playing good enough on a certain hero, you will win. And sure, some matchups are worse than others, but you will not learn anything from constantly switch. Oh no, now I need to play this hero because this hero is good into this comp. Like, okay, but if you get good enough on that hero, you will be able to beat that comp. Sure, not at the highest level though. This all these tips I'm giving, or what I'm meaning here, is applicable to the 99% of you. So I would say masters, everything below a grandmaster. Even in top 100, sometimes it doesn't really matter. Under grandmaster, the meta and shit don't apply. Okay, it's just your skill that applies. Okay, and I would say that is the three biggest mistakes you're doing. Stop doing these mistakes and play a hero you are comfortable with, and keep playing that hero. Don't switch just because someone tell you, and then you'll just perform even worse and not even get anything out of it of playing that hero. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you climb out of your ranks.